Hello, welcome back to part 3. As I mentioned in my last video, you can always access the array elements by using a parenthesis. If you want to access a single variable, you have to mention the row and column. If you want to select a particular row or a column, you have to choose a colon operator. For example, you want to choose all row of second column, so I used like this. So you want to choose, let us say, complete row 2. That means you want to select all the columns and the row is 2. So how I am going to write? That means second row and I want all columns. Okay, so this is a command I have to use. So you can see these are all the values. In case you want to sum, you want to add all of them. That means you can also use a function called, there's a built-in function called sum. You can use this function, sum of the matrix A, and you want to sum the second row of all column. Okay, so just a bracket, and if you enter it, you get a 20. That means if you sum all of them, this is 20. So this is how you can access the elements of an array for any kind of processing. The next topic what I am going to discuss about a kind of specialized matrix functions. There are various specialized matrix are there, which generally used for some kind of processing, which can be easily created by using a MATLAB. Okay, for example, you have a function which is called as like ones. So if I say now ones, I have to refer the number of row and column. For example, I want to create 2 row and 3 columns. So a matrix with the ones, that means every element has a 1, 2 row and 3 columns will be created. Same way we have a matrix called zeros, and we have a matrix called diagonal element. Please note, this is not just like that by passing a number. First you have to create a vector, from there you have to create a diagonal. This you may experiment. And second one is like the fourth one is magic. This is a quite interesting one. If I say now magic of 3 is going to return a matrix with 3 row and 3 column. If we sum each and every row and also the column and the diagonal elements, you get the sum as a 15. That means this 15, 15, 15 and 15, 15, 15 like this. Same way if we say now magic of, let us say, 5, same way it's going to generate. So if you sum, I believe it's going to be somewhere around 65. You want to check what is the sum of the row? Yes, just now you learned a command, sum of the matrix name is what? Answer, right? So sum of answer, you want to choose all row followed by the first column. So this is 65. Like this, if you sum every row, every column and also the diagonal, these diagonal values will give you 65. This is a function of magic. And same way you can also create a random number array. It's very hard to predict what could be the result for random, as it says a random value. When I say rand, it just generates a different number. Again, if I run the same function, you don't get the same results. It's always is going to be different. That's the purpose of having random matrix. You want to work out, or you want to conduct some experiment with some random numbers, you can always use this matrix. So these are the specialized matrix. There are many are there, but we have just discussed only about 5 specialized matrix, and each one you can experiment with some values and you can try to understand. And you have to just write the result of this. This is a simple task given for you. The next topic what I am going to discuss about concatenating the matrices. That means you have 2 matrices, you want to merge both of them together. Okay, then you have to use again a bracket operator. As you noticed, to create a matrix we are using a square bracket. Again, to merge the matrices we are using a bracket. But first you have to initialize the matrix A and B, then you can go for concatenation. And you have to be very careful about number of row and column, and you know very well, whenever you merge the matrix, the number of rows or columns, how you merge, it should be uniform. Ununiform matrices cannot be merged. Just see here, I will demonstrate that. A equals 1, 2, 3, 4, and I say now B equals 2, 2 and 3, 3. Okay, I say C equals A and B. See, this is how it's merged. First there is a matrix, and then we have a B matrix. You just provide them space. In case if you provide a semicolon in between, you can see the merging in terms of the column wise. So you have an option to merge either horizontally or vertically. Both merging is possible. There are few tasks, that means write a command line program for adding 2 3 cross 3 matrix. You try to choose different values in a matrix A and again define matrix B. Try to add both the matrix, and also write a program or a command line program for multiplying 2 3 cross 2 matrix, and also just write a command line program to transpose the matrix, because transpose also a kind of application where you can change the row as a column and column as a row. And by using the matrix multiplication, try to prove the property which you might have learned in your mathematics modules, like A dot B not equals to B dot A. You may choose again the suitable values as per your convenience, and again try to concatενate the matrix again using the suitable commands which just now I explained to you. Well, the next is very interesting topic, is generating a numeric sequence. In case you want to construct an array which has a value from 0 to 100. Okay, so what you have to do is just type like x equals 0 to 100. You can see here the values just 0 to 100 is printed with no matter of time. Same way, even if you want to generate very high sequence also, it is possible. If you don't provide, see, you are given the starting value and you provide up to the end value with the steps of 1. If you don't provide any step value, the default value is 1. Please look at both the numbers are included here. If you want to go from 0 to 10, this is how you can reach. in case you want to generate the numeric sequence with the step value 0.5, that means you have to define it. How can I define that? So first you have to say the starting value, then you have to mention the step value, then you have to mention the end value. That means you will have now the numbers like this 0, 0.5, 1, 1.5 like this. So this is how you can mention the step value. Even the numbers can start from negative as well. As you can see here, like I say x equals -5, steps of let us say 2 and up to +5. So this is how the sequence. So like this, any sequence can be generated by using the simple colon operator. It's a very powerful command and very helpful to generate the known sequence. Okay, so first value and the last value you can say, or you can say the first value, step value and the last value. And you may try to work on this task by printing the results of the following MATLAB command. Let us see the various arithmetic operations which is possible with the MATLAB. It's again a quite interesting topic. As you have noticed, we need to have a kind of statements which is going to manipulate or maybe process the data. Let us say now two variables. I write it as a x equals 1 1 2 2 is a matrix, and again I say now y equals 2 2 and 3 3. If you want to add both of them, you can see here I say here now z equals x plus y. So what happens? The first element get added, same way the second and third, and it gets added. Okay, this is a simple plus operator. Same way you can use minus and you can also use star. Just see here, when I use here star, is a kind of matrix multiplication, whereas in a MATLAB we have another command which is a kind of very unique to the MATLAB. You want to multiply this element 1 multiply with 1, and you want to multiply this, and again you want to multiply. You don't want to do a formal matrix multiplication. You want to multiply each and every array element with the same array element, and you want to store it as a result. Okay, that means you want to multiply element by element. So we have to use a dot, as you notice here, dot star. So just see here the result of the same program, or the statement dot star. So we have a matrix 1 into 1, 1 into 1, 2 into 3, 2 into 3. As you can see here, this is the result. That means whenever you use dot star or dot divide, these commands are going to divide individual matrix element. Okay, same way you can also find out the power of the matrix also by using the caret sign. So these are the very popular arithmetic operators which is used in a MATLAB for programming purpose. Let us continue the next session in another video.